Here we are, the happiest hour. I'm so excited to have you guys here with me. I've got, what am I doing? Hey, there we go. Now we got the real camera angle taking place. You guys have to see the cave here. Cheers, everybody. The happiest hour. It's been a great week. It's been a long week. I feel like it's been like nobody knows what day of the week it is anymore. There's only 3 days of the week. There's yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks, coronavirus. Thanks so much. Donald Trump should tweet that people need to liberate the week. As always, I've got my fabulous co-host and one of my best buddies in comedy, Lancey Joe. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Brendon.
How you doing, man? You doing okay?
I think that that's something that Trump has done well. Is he's cut the days in the week in half. Plus. It's a tremendous job what he's doing.
It's tremendous. Also, it's amazing.
Crime is way down. Over the past month, I haven't witnessed any crime.
I mean, I haven't committed any crime. So
except for I did actually commit some crime. I forgot. I downloaded several. I downloaded the new Nickelback album on Napster. They're not going to be none too happy about that.
The new Nickelback album on Napster.
I never made it as a wise man.
I thought when you were talking last night and you started singing that, I thought you said, I never made it as a white man.
I never made it as a white man.
I never made it as a white man.
I think I might have actually, that's a Floridian slip joke. Like, I actually made a joke accidentally.
Freudian slip.
Floridian.
Floridian slip.
That's another one.
It's just a little slip of a Florida man. Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, by the way, that yesterday's show was really, really funny.
It was.
On here.
Everybody should go check it out. Yeah, you should go check it out. It's still available.
Last night, my show on Facebook Live, which is only available, I signed a deal with Facebook.
Exclusively.
Yes. Mark Zuckerberg, tremendous guy.
The Zuck.
Everyone loves him. He's terrific.
Big Z. The Zuck.
But I had you on that show last night, and it was one of my favorite shows that I've done.
It was a lot of fun, the two of us chatting. I was hoping our audiences, I'm like, these people got to be tired of hearing from Lancey and I. We're doing like 2 shows a day.
They can't get enough.
Apparently not. Apparently they can't.
So, yeah. But that being said, I think because we had 2 dynamite shows yesterday, like today, I feel like it's been kind of like blah today. Like, because everything that happened yesterday after 5:30 was fun, and now we're back to reality, right?
Yeah. Well, I feel like the whole week. I was just talking about this earlier today. It feels like you don't even know what day of the week it is anymore. Like,
yeah,
I feel like mine. It could be. Is it Monday? Is it Wednesday? Is it Friday? It's just like every day is like the same. Now, by the way, this is the happiest hour. You're joining us, me and Lancey Joe, co-hosts. We're on at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, 11:30 GMT.
Yeah, you can come see us at 5:30 every day as our lives slowly become unraveled,
such that they were raveled to begin with.
Yeah, my life was so raveled before this.
It's a term that no one ever uses. Everything is raveling so quickly around us. Look at this apartment. It's so raveled.
You were the glue that keeps me raveled.
You know, my the other high school that we wrestled against, we had a real rivalry with. Just constantly going and cleaning things up and putting them in order.
When I grew up in New York, we had a rivalry with New Jersey.
So here's the thing I didn't know about New Jersey. It's not just shitty, people who live in the Jersey Shore. It's actually like normal people who live in New Jersey.
There's a whole state of shitty people that you haven't even seen.
It's called Delaware. No. You're right. I definitely have not. I haven't really been to Jersey at all, man. Zacho,
I haven't been. Period.
Zacho's loving the show. He says, "Is this a sequel to There Will Be Blood?" I can only imagine that's a reference to my ridiculous beard, Zacho. And yes, this is a sequel, actually, to There Will Be Blood. Dude, you got weekend plans? What are your? Does anybody have weekend plans anymore? Does anybody do anything different?
It's Friday right now. Friday.
Are you going to drive to the state capitol in Michigan and brandish your weapon on the? What is up with Trump's tweets, by the way? Like, I don't want to get really political right out of the gate, but what is what's he liberate Michigan, liberate Minnesota? Liberate Virginia.
What is the deal with Trump tweeting? Well, good news is Joe Biden is going to take to the whatever, he's getting used to. He's not popular on the internet, but he's going to take it to the landlines and the color television sets, and we're going to win this election.
Joe Biden's going to take it to the color television. He's going to have the peacock behind him that reminds you that the TV can do all the colors.
He's like, I saw JFK do this. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, my gosh. By the way, my cousin Dustin, music, he is building a chicken coop. Good, man. Plan for the apocalypse, Dustin, because you absolutely need to. I feel like we're all going to need chicken coops soon.
I feel like I'm in a chicken coop.
I feel like I'm in a chicken coop too, but somebody else around this place is the rooster.
You're not. Is Gloria calling the shots around there?
She's, yeah, right. She's just. It's her other boyfriend. He's the guy showing up.
I was thinking, there's a lot of people that are not. They're freaking out because they can't pay rent and everything because nobody has a job anymore.
Yeah, yep.
And see, I've conditioned my landlord to never expect rent.
You've done a good job. You're playing the long game.
Yes. Everybody said I was crazy for being broke all this time. Now look at you. Y'all are all panicking.
Yeah. It's like that joke. It's like, Ron Irvin has this great joke where he's like, to all of you rich kids who grew up wealthy, how many things can you do with baloney? I was like, genius. It's like all the rest of you guys put in all this time learning skills like social media manager. Meanwhile, my cousin Dustin Music is going to be living the high life because he built himself a chicken coop. The rest of you can go take a long walk off a short pier and try to catch a fish because that's what you'll be trying to do.
Y'all can take a long walk off a closed Pier 1.
Buy some candles.
Buy some Yankee candles.
I cannot tell you. I know I've been to a Pier 1 Imports before, but if someone asked me to describe it, I would just be like candle holders. Like I have no idea what that store is.
Have you ever heard of the Kirkland's?
Yeah, Kirkland is like it's like the alternative to Costco, right? Or is it Costco?
Maybe I'm thinking of something else because I think you're right. Maybe there's two different stores. I'm gonna have.
Where did this come from? Why did you open up this lot?
Well, there's a store that I thought was called Kirkland's, but now that now that you mention it, I think it's called something else because it's like Pier 1, except for more potpourri in the air. Like, you can smell this place coming from a mile away.
You could say, and it smells like an old lady's bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lots of hand soaps and things like that.
I noticed you got your blue tie on today. How many ties you own, man? You've had a different one on every day here.
I only have 3 ties.
Well, I must not have been paying attention because we've been on here 4 days now.
Well, I've got 3 ties, and I have about. I really go back and forth with 2 different shirts.
Yeah.
So how many is that?
Let me ask you this, Lancey. Do you get dressed up during the day? Do you have to do you wake up and have to, because so I went out recently to go to grab some groceries. I went to the Trader Joe's, and then I went to the South Loop Market not far from here. And nobody was dressed. I mean, it was all people in their pajamas. And I can't do that. I've noticed, if I get up and I don't change into, actual I'm going to do things today clothes, the whole day's done. I might as well not have gotten out of bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's part of it, that since I've been doing these live casts every day, I think that it was a good idea to kick it off by wearing a tie the very first night.
Yeah.
So that's given me something
Impetus.
to at least
an air of professionalism.
Well,
it's great personal branding.
People think I'm a scholar now. Until they hear me talk, and then they're like, "Oh man, what?"
Let me tell you, you asked some questions. So for the audience, Lancey, I was on Lancey's show last night, which is really incestuous. It's just the two of us doing this with one another, and honestly, when we're not talking, I'm just watching the videos of us talking again. So,
if you say it's incestuous, you're going to get a lot of viewers.
I play the videos. You're right. We should be. I wish we were stepbrothers. I was just gonna say, all I do if we're not talking is I just watch videos of us talking. I project it onto the projector screen. I put one on my computer screen. I put one on my phone screen. And I just watch all of them at the same time.
I've got your profile up right now.
Which one on Pornhub?
Yes, stand-up comedian at Comedy, sales development at Vibes.
Gross.
You worked at the Comedy Bar.
I worked at the Comedy Bar, buddy.
You were buzzing tables.
I don't know why it says that. I never worked at the Comedy Bar, and I don't think I ever indicated I worked at the Comedy Bar.
Big Z put it up.
Big Z. Where was I going with this? Oh, but all these people are wearing pajamas, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was 3 thoughts ago. What we were talking about was you were asking last night when I was on your show, you were asking some really good history questions. I was actually impressed. You really knew you really actually knew some shit, Lancey.
Well, if you listen back, my questions pale in comparison to what you know. My questions at minimum, or at maximum, they were a supplement to your knowledge.
Well, the thing that I love to do the most is just sound intelligent to people at dinner parties. So that's that's basically what the whole show is. By the way, Tristan asks if I loaned you my tankard. I didn't. He's got his own, Tristan. But that was a good question. I got it. We need to have we need to have a tankard off. Everybody needs to get a whole Zoom meeting together of everybody with their own tankards. Dustin, my cousin, asks,
a piece of my ice looks just like a ring right here. Doesn't that look good? This is the type of thought I have during quarantine.
Riveting. I don't see how that ties into history, Lancey. I don't know why you're bringing that up.
It looks identical to the ring that chode Mark Antony gave Cleopatra.
That chode Mark Antony. that fucking muggle Mark Antony.
Man, that I can't think of a funny. I've riffed myself into a corner.
when ad lib goes wrong.
It's called subtract lib.
Multiplication lib.
Yeah, man. Have you read War and Peace?
I have not. I did watch the BBC's production of War and Peace, which I highly recommend, though, by the way.
Really?
Super good. Yeah.
Should you... Now, if you were going to read War and Peace, would you watch that before you read it? Or would you just go ahead and jump in and start reading it?
Well, it's too late now. I mean, I can't go back to a world in which I would... I guess if I think we know the answer to this question, because I'm the kind of guy who would read War and Peace because I would love to be at a party and go, well, you know, I have actually read that book.
Yes. And it blows my mind that you have not read it.
I don't know what... I mean, especially with this beard, I look like a guy who's read it. I wish I could go... I should go grab one of my pipes right now just to have it.
Yeah. I 100% expected when I asked if you've read War and Peace that you were going to stand up, because I know where you're sitting in your house.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to stand up, grab... get the book, and because the book where I thought it would be is right above the computer, so you're just going to stand up right there.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Here it is. Oh, I've got it. I happen to have it. Let me just reach over and show you. Seneca's on the shortness of life happens to be right. I keep my books there just to do what I just did, basically. When I'm on calls, I just go, oh, well, you know what I happen to have is... According to Russell Brunson's expert secrets. Oh my gosh. It's so ridiculous. We gotta introduce in a couple of minutes. I gotta call her up. Our lovely guest who's going to be on the show today, Isabel Herrman, who's a friend of mine. She's a comedian from Los Angeles. And it's so much fun, so effervescent. You've never met her though. You're more of a stay in Chicago. That's your locus of control. Is Chicago? Well, that and Greenwich Village, I would say, right?
Right.
Those are your like your situations. Do you work? How often you get out to work the road, Lance? I mean, obviously not much in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, I've been pretty stationary here lately. There for a minute. I would say maybe it depends on how far you're talking, because I've gone up to Wisconsin a few times over the past 6 months. I've gone over to Iowa a couple of times. So if you're counting that as road work, then yeah. Speaking of my cousin Dustin, who lives in Northern California, I need to get up to Sacramento and try to do some comedy. I have not been out there, but... It's weird. Comedy's going to be a weird... Actually, this is what we should talk to Isabel about when we call her up, is comedy's going to be a weird, strange thing post this situation. Right.
It's just going to... Brian Rowe asks, where's my suit? This is my fucking sport coat, Brian Rowe. Also, where's your suit? Wear a collared shirt next time you're on a show, buddy. Goodness gracious. I have to clip that of him... doing the reporter from that show. I need to put that on YouTube, and I'll post it on Facebook because that's good. That was hilarious, Brian. That was
really funny. Yeah, Brian he unironically was wearing like a Miller High Life shirt or something. I've never seen most times when you see the Miller High Life shirt, it's like, look, this is funny. This is on a shirt.
It was a whiskey shirt.
Oh, was it whiskey? Okay.
Yeah. What are you drinking today, by the way? You guys just got your iced tea?
Yeah.
Noah Gutierrez says hello. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to dial up Isabel Herrman, and we'll patch her here into this call. This is always, every time I do this, it becomes a strange situation on Skype. So just bear with me. I wish I was just smoother with this, genuinely. With this entire situation. How do you do it? You did you train for a while to get as good as you were on your show, Lance?
My show runs very simply. So I don't even have words on the screen anymore. I have nothing almost. I need to get more complex with it.
Really?
Yeah, because I just take the voice calls and it's on speakerphone.
Yeah. Oh, is that how you're doing it now? I gotta tell you, this Ecamm is like a really powerful. This thing is like amazing. Here we go. Isabel Herrman, I believe, is joining us. There she is. She's coming. Hey, Isabel Herrman.
What's up?
Welcome to the Happiest Hour. What? Look at this scarf. Look at you look so
Nice.
Oh, hold on. Where's mine?
It's actually just to protect me from people's bad breath. I'm not really worried about the flu.
I'm putting mine on because I'm about to go walk into a post office like this.
My favorite thing to do lately is like to have the scarf on, but then like see people and go.
Isabel Herrman, you are a delight. How is Los Angeles during this whole time? Because it's snowing in Chicago, by the way.
Can I do that? Does it mess it up?
You got it. You just got to move a little over to your left. Perfect.
Cool. LA is weird right now. A lot of people are freaking out, but also LA is always weird when political things happen because the celebrity herd mentality is always really loud. So, I mean, a lot of people are out of jobs. All the actors and
comedians,
waitresses and bartenders.
Yeah, that's like affecting everybody on this call, I think. Oh man, what are you drinking, Isabel? Let's talk about this.
Oh, I am drinking a Four Roses bourbon and grapefruit soda with a little bit of ginger bitters and some mint.
What? This is fat. What a great drink.
Yeah,
I got here we go. I'm wild sour today. There we go. Just a little bit. I got to do a workout after this. This call.
I've been like going on walks with like a severe tipsy.
Tipsy walks. Tipsy walk sounds like the mascot for like the all women's dorm at like an Ivy League school.
But like in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Come on, gals, get your tipsy on and let's go for a walk. But don't wear any panties because the boys are going to steal them later.
those dastardly boys from Sigtow.
That's an oot salon. Am I right?
But they're going to end up senators one day.
Listen, I'm a tri-delt. Everyone else has.
I got a story for you guys real quick.
These are stupid jokes. You shouldn't be laughing at them.
So dumb. I love them. I mean,
what's your story?
Here's my story. So I was in a fraternity in college. I was in Lambda Chi Alpha. Lambda Chi. When my dad and his brother founded that chapter of Lambda Chi Alpha with some of their buddies. So I was legacy. I had to join. And I also wanted to join because it was a fun time. Everybody was like drinking. It was good stuff. Well, one day I lost in a game of foosball so bad that I had to go on a cheese run. And a cheese run was where somebody picked a spot on campus, and then you had to go run there, touch it, and then run back. And you had to do it naked. So it was like you got to carry one article of clothing with you. So I got to carry my underwear. So as soon as I set out to go run and touch basically this, they told me I had to go to the Tri Sigma house. You got to go run to the Tri Sigma house, touch the Tri Sigma house, come back. I start running. 2 seconds after I leave my porch, I notice a cop who sees me and immediately turns the car around and starts like following me down the street. So I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like running and jumping through over fences and stuff. So I leap over this fence. And I, like, land on the ground, and I catch my leg on something, and I'm like, I just don't notice it, and I keep running. And after a couple steps, I'm like, oh, I can't, like, walk normally. And I look down, and I've noticed I've sliced my shin open from, like, my knee to my foot. Yeah. So now I have to walk back to the Lambda Chi house naked.
And bleeding everywhere.
Bleeding everywhere. And the cop took pity on me. The cop was like, forget it, I'm not going to turn you in.
Oh, nice. He's just like,
Oh, man, somebody's having a blast in that house over there.
It was actually a stripper that was following you.
That was yeah. It was at the Deja Vu over in Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Whatever, that cop was like, I ain't allowed to be gay. This is good.
Okay, so what? You're in a house. You have a bunch of roommates, so you're not just by yourself, right?
I have one roommate right now. One of them moved back up to the Bay Area, so it's just Megan and I. You met Megan. We all.
She's great. So
smoked a little pot on my patio.
Yeah, well, I don't think I did that night, but unless I did and I just don't remember. I don't really.
I think you did because I have a video of you like wailing on an air guitar.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, no, I think that was
Brendon, are you still trying to run for office? Is this what this is all about?
Yeah, this whole thing is.
I don't remember smoking any pot.
Well, I tried to inhale, but let me tell you, like
I only ate it.
I only ate it. No, that was. You have a great front yard. It's sad that you can't do the comedy shows out there right now.
Oh man, they were just getting good. I had just like narrowed down like 4 producers that I was like, I want you 4 producers each to do a monthly show. So it was like every Friday. And they were, I mean, like the last show that I had, there were some like LA comics, but like some of the former big people, in LA that came, and I was like, oh my God, like I was a little starstruck. And then to have them like in my yard, it was kind of cool.
This is the sign of a truly really fantastic atmosphere and show in LA, is that like real ass producers show up to your joint to like want to start repping comedians.
That actually happened the last show.
Oh my gosh.
Who did I have? I had
Can you even imagine that happening in Chicago? Just out of curiosity, do you think that Chicago is such an insulated? I mean, like we have people show up, like Shithole has great shows and stuff, but I can't imagine being like running a show and then having like, holy shit, that guy books Conan, like show up.
Right. I can't imagine having anybody show up.
Isabel, Lance is obviously being facetious, but he had a show going on for a while. Him and I had a project called 20 by 9, which was 20 minutes of comedy a day for 9 months. And I had to skip out and go to New York, but Lance kept it going up until this crisis. Lance was doing shows every night and basically holding the fort down, man. It was amazing.
Right.
It was like a marathon with like a marathon obstacle course is how you might describe it.
Oh, wow. If you come out to LA, come do something in my yard.
I would love to.
What do you think,
I definitely will.
What do you guys even think comedy is going to be like after this whole situation? This, like, the COVID and the corona. There's going to be so many. This is the longest time for a long time that I haven't done comedy.
Personally, I think it's going to be like, the amount of people are going to be regulated. So you can't like the Comedy Store, like I, performed there quite often, and it's like they just pack everybody in like sardines, and it's like I bet they're going to have to do like, the new fire code. It's going to be the new COVID code. Of like, not as many people. But I've also been seeing a lot of people do these online shows, where it's like, oh, tune in, I'm going live, all that kind of stuff. When people get to realize like it's pretty awesome to attend a comedy show from your own couch, and you still get to have like some of that interaction because you can actually see the faces of people, just it's harder because you can't hear the laughter.
Yeah.
But
and you can't, it's weird because it's like if you're doing comedy, it's not like a camera, it's like right in front of you. And you're looking at we talked with Karen Margolis about this earlier this week, is that talking to a camera, even if you have like a Zoom where people are in front of you and you can see them, is so much stranger than talking to people in real life. Like you can't gesture, you can't move, you don't get energy back from them.
So I don't know if you've seen, but I've been doing these like comedy cocktail tutorial videos, and on stage, it's so weird. It's like I get up there and I'm like, oh, I'm fine or whatever. But then I'm literally just filming these things in my back storage closet. I mean, and I like get in front of the camera and like I have so many like outtakes of just myself being like,
So what have you been doing to stay sane, Isabel? Comedy cocktails?
Pretty much. Comedy cocktails. I built my cats a paper box fort. Nice. Until like 1 a.m. last night, and I'm like grabbing it when I'm like, get in. I like threw a bunch of treats inside of it so they would jump in and like want to play in it.
You can do it. What are your cats' names? I met them, I remember.
Yeah, you met them, Olive and Oscar.
They were the ones who talked me into smoking that weed, I think.
Probably Olive. She's kind of a naughty cat.
It's a naughty cat. Did she watch Cats? Because that's been
I refuse. Like anytime any of those like promos and trailers would come on, it just weirded me out so much.
It's like, the most uncomfortable. We talked about it earlier this week. It's one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever watched.
I didn't watch like the Labyrinth until I was in college because the Jim Henson animatronic Muppets terrify me.
Have you seen? Okay, did you ever watch Dark Crystal?
No. And I kind of want to, but like I want to eat some mushrooms first and then watch it.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine. Okay, so Dark Crystal's on Netflix right now. They've done the whole new series based on the movie,
but not the movie.
No, but not the movie's not the movie, but the new series of it. Yeah, the movie's not on there. If you took shrooms and watched that show, there but before the grace of God go you, because I just
want to be like terrified for a little bit. I ate some mushrooms last week while I was like building out the back room to be like a little studio. And I used all this black fabric and it felt like 3 hours, but I just stood at that stared at the black fabric and I was like, this is the abyss. This is the end of the world. I was like, I just created the end of the universe in my back room. I was like, and I kept looking out to make sure nobody saw me. I was like so guilty. I was like, and then I'd close it and I'd be like, oh, we're good. And I'd put like LED lights on and just like jam out to like fucking dance music.
But then I'd
catch a side view of this like black fabric wall and I'd be like,
oh man, I gotta do 2 shout outs real quick. Pete Weishopt. Great. By the way, Pete is the one who does all of the beard oil that I've been using, the Valhalla. Oh my god, it's so good. You guys need to check it out online. And then also welcome to the show, Tony Rocco and Mike Robinson. Mike's been joining we got to get Mike on this thing, man. He's been joining every episode. Maybe next week if you're watching, Mike, you could do this. Sorry, I just had to get that in because everybody was posting real quick. I don't know if you guys know this over in Los Angeles, but this is a rather important show in Chicago and New York comedy. The Happiest Hour is a real watermark of the quarantine.
Transcending over here. Well, wait, what time is it over there? It's 6 p.m. in Chicago?
Yep,
okay, yeah, it's 4 here.
6:06.
My roommate and I have been doing happy hours with like our friends on the East Coast, and like I have family over in Scotland. You met my sister.
Yep.
And like happy hours have been starting at like noon because of like the time difference.
Yep.
It's so hard because it's like, you know, she's in a happy hour right now, and like a lot of the times they'll be like, yeah, let's start up, you know, at this time, and like Megan's like, that's 2 p.m. I'm like, she's in law school. She's like, I'll still be in class. Like,
whatever, do it anyway.
You know, so she'll just get like a coffee mug and fill it up with wine and just like a 10 class just like drinking wine. I'm like, this is the new normal.
So I should tell you, Lancey, I know Isabel because I met her sister in Edinburgh during the Fringe in 2017. Lancey also did the Fringe that year, Isabel. And
cool.
We were going to do it. Well, I was going to do it again this year, but they canceled the whole thing. So
yeah.
COVID's taking it all from us.
Well, so she still goes to class even though this is going on, or is it?
It's all like Zoom class. Like
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so it's filled up with heart. You know, who knows what's in there?
Is it white wine or red wine that she drinks?
White.
Ooh, the wine of queens.
It is the wine of queens. No, I think red wine is the wine of queens.
It's the white wine is the wine of queens, but rosé wine is the wine of queens. It's lovely. Did I sink to that joke? I've got nothing left.
Rosé makes me gay. Like, I try to say, it's not even like, that's not even a joke. Like, every time I get rosé drunk, I end up like making out with another girl.
Me too.
Oh.
The most photographed thing on Instagram is the can of white girl rosé, I think. It's the most photographed thing on the whole platform.
Have you seen Babe Rosé?
No, what? There's a what?
It's called Babe.
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 I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really like rosé. I like it as much as a 40-year-old divorcee. I will sit outside and drink it. And
well, that's the thing. Everyone likes rosé. Everyone likes rosé.
Right. Wait till you see. Wait till you read Diane Steele.
Wait, Danielle.
It's gonna blow your mind, Danielle.
Danielle.
I saw Diane Steele on X videos earlier today.
Yeah,
actually, she did a great job. We got more people joining us. We got Susan Healy Spears, Mike Chenevert. A lot of people dropped by. This was a good people coming in and out as the happy hour rolls forward.
Says here Donald Trump is watching.
That's true. Donald Trump. Oh, Vladimir Putin's joined the pod.
Cool.
They heard you were coming, I think.
Cool. How are you guys doing? How are the Putins and the Trumps doing?
Oh man, those guys. They're fired up. They're ready to liberate some already liberated states. They are gearing up.
You know what? I do have to say this about Trump. He's putting women back in the home. We were kicked out by freedom previously.
This is
goddamn feminists ruined having sugar daddies.
Oh man, I think this is why we voted him in. If I'm honest, I thought, no sir.
I think Trump did pardon Jodi Arias. So that's one good thing that he did.
Wait, who?
Do you remember Jodi Arias?
No. That sounds
she
like a
murdered
name from that sounds like a name from Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm sure it's on X videos too.
It kind of actually sounds like some sort of 007 like sexy spy, but it's like Jodi Ariolius.
Oh my gosh. I remember being a child and seeing the movie Octopussy and being like, are you fucking serious? Like even at 12 I was like, this is too much. Like this isn't even tongue in cheek anymore. So wait, Lancey, Jodi Arias, what?
If you're doing it right, it is.
Burned her. Did she burn her husband down or something?
She murdered her ex-boyfriend.
Whoa.
But she stalked him for a while and then like viciously murdered him.
Cool.
So I figured that y'all knew about this.
No. What?
But,
I knew about Sheriff Arpaio. Was Jodi also stopping immigrants from coming in over the border? Was her boyfriend an immigrant? Because that would explain why Trump pardoned her.
No, his name was Travis Victor Alexander.
What? That's a great name.
3-name.
What?
It's a 3-name.
The triumvirate of names.
Travis Victor
Try
Alexander.
down.
That he must have run a successful hedge fund with a name like that.
I think he was
Isabel,
successful.
Let me ask you this question. This is something I should ask you, Lance. Do you already have the names of your kids picked out? Do you know exactly what you're going to name your children already?
Mason jar number 1 through 5.
This is Mason jar and Mason jar and Mason jar.
Yeah, I'm not having kids, so if I do, they're going straight in mason jars.
Oh my gosh.
Mason, get in here.
Stop being such a jar.
Do you create your own preserves? These look delicious.
This one's a pickle.
This one's a pickle.
No, literally. You want a pickle?
I like it. Goes great with a sandwich and a can of White Girl Rosé. Lance, do you have it? Have you, just out of curiosity, have your children's names picked out already?
I'm gonna do like George Foreman and name all my kids George Foreman.
Yes. Grow them up with.
Yes.
My son George Foreman and my daughter George Foreman.
That's a dope little girl name if you think about it, though.
George Foreman. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah. Diana Joe.
Well, she turned into a successful boxer. His daughter, Georgina, I think.
I'll look it up. I've got the internet right here.
You know, you can find almost anything on the internet.
Interesting. Tell me more.
So this,
Listen.
according to Forbes, apparently everybody is only drinking and smoking weed and playing video games in quarantine.
That's not true.
I feel like that's all anybody does any other time. That's like...
You know what I think it is? And maybe I'm a little esoteric, but I think it's just because people don't really know how to just function.
No
one knows. We don't know how to function in society, and we don't know how to function out of society because we've relied so much on technology and having a disconnect. So now that there's an actual disconnect, we don't know how to connect.
No, I think that's exactly true.
You know, like I've been going on a lot of walks just in my neighborhood and stuff like that.
Yep.
And people are like, "Oh my God, another person!" It's like, huh. Like
I had like a
15-minute.
I had like a 15-minute conversation with the person at Trader Joe's who was like bagging my groceries because I felt like I've just been so like, how do you? Everybody is like just starving to relate to everybody else. I had a shouting conversation with my next door neighbors on the back porch when it was 70 last week in Chicago. By the way, the weather in the Midwest has been completely bipolar. Like it's
tornado season.
It was 70 last week, and it snowed this morning.
Oh, jeez. Well, we have really nice days 2 days in a row, but now it's like sunny, but only 60 degrees.
Yeesh.
Yeesh.
I can't believe.
Like,
how do you
cold.
deal with it?
I'm bundled up.
Yes. If it was 60 outside, people would be outside on their decks in bathing suits in the city of Chicago.
What's weird is like, okay, so the other day, and I was like, okay, I'm going on this walk around my neighborhood, and I legitimately, like, listen, wearing a scarf and a face mask, it's still pretty foreign because I've been spending so much time just like at home or in my own yard and all this kind of stuff. So I'm on a walk not near anyone, and this couple was coming, you know, opposing me on the sidewalk, a very large sidewalk. It was very big, and
huge, the biggest sidewalk.
Huge
Some
sidewalk.
people, a big sidewalk. This one actually big.
It probably needed a wall. It was so big, and they walked into the middle of the street. That's a sunset right here. Sunset's right here, and I was like, and they looked at me and they were like. Through their masks, they're like, "Fuck, I'm not even near you."
How dare she be outside?
Like, so I stopped at the gelato place and got some napkins and like shoved them behind my ears and my So I just like walked around with this napkin
Wait, a
hanging off my
gelato place
sunglasses.
is an essential, like... What are we supposed to do? Italian, we want gelato. We want... What do we do?
Italians have had enough,
Oh my gosh, there's a gelato. You live in a cool neighborhood though. You live in it's like right at the corner of Los Feliz and
Yeah,
Silver
Silver
Lake,
Lake. It's kind of known to be like a hipster area.
Hence the scarf and cats and cat kingdom that you built.
Yeah, I mean, I had already had a couple drinks when I built that thing, so, and I'm gonna say it turned out pretty good. Pretty good.
You got to post photos of it. So where, by the way, Isabel, where can people follow your drinking, your cocktails and comedy stuff?
They can find me on YouTube. I'm posting them all up there. Instagram, Facebook, and it's all just my name, Isabel Herrman.
Whoa!
Easy.
How's your sister? How's your sister
Googleable.
in Scotland doing? By the way, is she all right with this in this whole situation?
Yeah, I think she's enjoying it because she's getting to like be at home some more with her daughter Greta.
Ooh.
So it's like she had just gone back to work in January after her maternity leave. And she was gone for like 9 months or 10 months or something like that. And then like just 2 months later, they're like, so she was like, hey, this is great.
I get more time at home with my kid.
And I'm being, so I know that she's in like a very tiny village. So there are only like 35 people that live in her village. And so, if she needs anything already, she has to like drive 20 minutes into St. Andrews. So it's not like they're not already distant.
Yeah, I got it. They live in kind of the middle of nowhere, I guess, out there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you also, this beard, should I keep it or should I get rid of it?
Why would you either way?
I don't know. It's a great accessory. It requires a lot of work.
You have one of those jokes that's like perfect. That like I think the beard just contributes to it, and it's you look like a dad in Colorado.
I look like a Midwest dad.
You look like a Midwest dad.
Yeah.
Who makes his own beer and granola bars. And the beard only confirms it.
I love that. Yeah, I love that joke so much. I'm like, I look like a guy who would bring a baby into a brewery. We did that show at what was it, Agora? Was that the name of that place? Or what was
Agora Temple.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
Agora Temple.
A sacred or like spiritual weed shop.
Yeah. LA has all kinds of things.
Buy your weed. It's all been like bathed in the moonlight next to crystals.
Oh man. Yeah, thanks. Dustin's like, keep it, dolly your stash. Dustin has a great beard. My family, it's amazing that him and I could even grow this because I feel like we take after our grandfather, who, by the way, at 90 this year still has most of his hair. But that show at the Agora Temple, they lost it when I talked about looking like a Midwest dad. They were ready to laugh at that.
Oh man, I liked that show.
It was a good time.
Fun.
There was like the independent comedy like shows around LA are tons of fun. Like there's so much fun to go to. There's a lot of different types there's more like different types of people doing comedy also, I feel like. Like in New York there's a lot of like very specific New York style comics. In LA it's like all kinds of different people who are doing different things.
Yeah, I'm hoping they quit after all of this COVID stuff.
I'm gonna weed them all out. We want those improvisers get out of doing stand up. Actors get out of it.
Actors get out of here. Influencers, fuck off. Like leave this for like sad drunks to get up at an open mic and people who legit want to like be comedians.
Oh my God.
Everyone else.
Influencers. Look, I'm glad you have a great ass and can walk on a Stairmaster, okay? But your 60,000 followers don't mean that you're funny.
Yeah. No.
no, I remember doing a show, and he's become a friend, like, through comedy now, but he was on The Bachelorette. He was one of the dudes. Means he can do stand-up comedy now.
Oh, man. By the way, a mutual friend of ours, Lancey, Brendon Gay, might very well be on The Bachelorette. FYI.
Good. That'll unlock the keys to all the comedy clubs across the world.
Betcha. You betcha.
No one can write a joke like those guys.
I just learned that somebody that I really do admire in comedy, she just landed like this bit on Honey Boo Boo, where Honey Boo Boo tries stand-up comedy.
What? Are you kidding me?
And my friend plays Honey Boo Boo's comedy coach. She's a legit comedian, like, and so she's like pretending to be a comedy coach when she's already a comedy coach to Honey Boo Boo. And then Honey Boo Boo's jokes were legit fucking good. And they're like, oh, yeah, Carrie, you want to, like, punch up Honey Boo Boo's jokes at all? And she was like, damn, girl, these are good. And they're like, oh, no, we hired 2 guys from Comedy Central.
Oh, geez.
Oh, man. Oh, the world of entertainment.
That is LA comedy in a nutshell.
Oh, my gosh. That's...
In a buttery nutshell.
Isabel Herrman, where can people follow you? Where can they follow you said YouTube for Cocktails and Comedy. Where else can they follow you and see what you got coming up?
I'm not segregating anything. Like, all of my stuff is just on my YouTube channel.
Got it.
Is
it Isabel Herrman on YouTube?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Twitter? You got any other social medias that they should follow you on?
Also, just Isabel Herrman.
Making it easy. I like it.
Y'all have the internet there. If you just Google my name, everything pops up.
Well,
listen, I wrote SEO, so I back-ended my search engine. Okay.
Isabel Herrman, it's been wonderful to have you on the Happiest Hour. Thank you so much for being able to join me.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Take it easy. Click.
If she's really easy, take her again.
Whoa. All right. Bye.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, my gosh. What a delight. What a delight.
She's great.
She's so effervescent. I'm so glad her sister connected us because she honest to goodness knows so many cool people in the Los Angeles scene. Took me to a bunch of great shows. Isabel Herrman you're wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I've never been to Los Angeles, but if the world ever recovers correctly, I mean, it will. It's just going to take some time. I think seriously that we need it's gonna need that, like a flu shot or something that's gonna have to come out for this.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be we're gonna have to have a vaccine, and everybody's gonna have to get either catch it or get a vaccine or something. It's gonna stick with us for a while. But all these people are speculating. They're like, oh man, people are gonna always have masks on from now on in public.
And please, not that.
I know. I don't know if I want that either, because how do I know which person is Asian and which isn't?
It's a danger.
Terrible joke, man. That's so bad. How many times can I Shane Gillis myself on any given show? You know what I mean?
No, that joke wasn't funny, and it's offensive. And if you ever run for office, this is...
Lancey Joe is going to be dropping the hammer.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about that.
What's going on with the Lancey Joe on Venmo show tonight?
I think we're having Ali Anabastani on.
Oh, yeah? That should be an interesting conversation. Grew up in Iran. He's Irani, Ali Anabastani.
Oh, he did?
Ali Irani.
Trump's going to shut this down.
Oh my! Well, unfortunately for Trump, he's already here. You know, you can't. No wall can keep him out.
Did you see I ran the Make America Great Again marathon? Yeah, at mile 22, I hit the wall.
When did you write that? You've had to have had that joke for a while. That's pretty good.
I wrote it in 2014. Somehow I wrote that.
One of my favorite moments in Chicago comedy was when I wrote a joke about how a terrorist set a bomb off at a Manchester United game, and I was like, as a Liverpool fan, I can get behind this. And I mean, it was an open mic joke, so it was like it didn't go anywhere. Obviously, I don't believe that. I don't do the joke for obvious reasons. But Lancey's in the audience. And I was like, what, does that have a expiration date on it? And Lancey goes, and that date was September 11th, 2001.
I remember that, yeah. Anytime I could get a laugh from Brendon Lemon, I'm like, well, at least one person's paying attention at this open mic. Because was it at Patsy's, right?
No, that was Underground Lounge before it ended.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
You think any of us could afford Patsy's? Come on, buddy.
Yeah, that
one item
one
minimum.
Drink, one item minimum, and the cheapest thing on the menu was.
You're like, how did I order 3 Guinnesses and I'm paying $45? Like,
ooh, the food there was good though.
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, was it worth it? I don't know. But it was quite good.
Was it worth it? Can I work it? Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Blah, 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 blah. Come on.
All right, we got to end it there, I think, buddy. Lancey Joe on Venmo. What time is that tonight?
Probably 8:15. 8:30 maybe.
8:15 Central Time. 8:15 Central, 2:15 GMT. All right, buddy. Make a GNT and listen to it. Watch it. Tune in.
Tune in tonight on CMT.
Tonight on CMT. All right, Lancey, thanks so much. Have a great week. Have a great weekend to all of you guys. Thanks for coming in and checking out the Happiest Hour. Honestly, it's been a great week of doing the show, man. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. And
yeah, it's been fun.
I hope we keep it going. We'll see if I can afford Switchboard Live. So, anyway, Lancey, take it easy. I will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.